Okay, first thing we need to do is look at the artwork for your canvas. So this is our artboard. So this will be the finished canvas size. Canvas bars comes in inches, so we'll work in inches for now. So this is 24 by 16. So it does depend on the size of the frames, the type of picture, depends on what you can do with your canvas and the picture. So at the moment I'm using the thick canvas bars, so I'm adding an extra 2 inches on all 4 sides, as you can see here. And then I'm going to place an image into it just to show you what I mean about artwork. Okay, so this is one of our potential pictures. So I'm just going to resize it now and fit it to the full stretcher bar size, including going around the back of the canvas stretcher bars. So there you go. Now, as you can see, we're going to lose far too much detail in this picture, so it's not really suitable for what we call a full wrap. So that's when the artwork goes all the way around the sides. So we're going to have to rethink this one. So you could do what's called a partial wrap and just creep it around the edges, or you could leave the edges white as shown here, or you could add some colour to them. So I'm just going to do that now. Could be any colour you like. I've seen a lot of people do black, which is really nice. It makes the artwork pop. So this would be the sides of the canvas, or you could even colour it to the picture itself. So there you go, this nice orange colour. So that's what I would do with a canvas picture that you can't stretch fully around the stretcher bars, or a full wrap again as we call it. So we're going to try another image now. Again, I just need to resize it correctly. There we go. So again, this is the finished canvas area. The picture's lovely, and within that, the outsides is going to be wrapped around the edges. That is just excess artwork, so that will work lovely. So I'm just going to make that my artboard size and save it. So this is our material. This is a 280 GSM polyester canvas material, available from Signmaster. So there you go, we'll zoom in a little bit so you can see the texture of it, and this is what we print on to make our canvas prints. So here's our lovely printed canvas. We used a canvas profile on our roll and printer to print this up, so it looks really nice. And I've just trimmed off a bit of the excess material there, and we're going to get into what we need to make it. So these are our canvas stretcher bars. These are the 38mm ones, and these are the 18mm ones. As you can see, a bit of a difference there. Just depend on how thick you want the canvas. I particularly like the thicker ones. This is our mallet that we use to put the canvas bars together, our hammer for the wedges, our scissors for trimming down, staple gun and staples, staple remover in case you need to, and some stretching pliers, and finally those are our stretching wedges. So we're going to build the canvas frame to start with. Quite important thing, you do have a little raised lip on one side of the canvas stretcher bars and it's flat on the other. So when you're putting the canvas frame together, you need to make sure that that lip is on the same side for all pieces when you pop it together. So we're just going to hammer that using our mallet. That's why we use a rubber mallet and not a metal hammer, because it will damage it too much. I'll just speed this up a little bit. Our canvas frame all put together. Just going to finish it off. Now I am checking as I'm going along just to see if it's nice and square. You can adjust it. If it's not, it will make life a lot easier when you come to put it together. Cool. So all done on the frame. see, nice and square. The raised lip, which you're going to need at the front of the canvas, quite important, not at the rear, is all built. Okay, for this step I like to do it, it's not something that everyone does. Pop in a little bit of bubble wrap down first, just so you don't damage the front finished print of the canvas, because you just don't know what's on the surface that you're working on, so I always like to do that. And I always like to mark the artwork on the back of the canvas before I start. Again, this makes lining up the frame to the artwork a lot easier than without doing this. Don't have to do it, but it does make life easier. So I'm just making a little pen mark on the four edges of the artwork, but on the back of the canvas, so you'll never see them, just so you've got a visual point to measure against for your frame. So I'm going to pop the frame on now. Again, the raised lip needs to be at the front of the canvas, so that's going face down. And then you can use those marks either by eye, or if you really want to use a ruler, just to give you a good measurement, so you know it's nice and even. Not so much of an issue for a full wrap, but for a front facing canvas or with a coloured border, quite important to get this step right. So there you go, you can see the frame in relation to the marks, and I'll just double check these off camera and make sure they're all okay. We're going to staple the canvas material to the frame. Now you can either use your hands for stretching it, or you can use these, which are very good. These are canvas stretcher pliers, so you can really get a good pull on to get some good tension. Tension is key when making a canvas. So I always like to put one staple in one side before I move to the other side to do the full stapling. That just holds it in position, stops it sliding around after you've spent time measuring and getting it all squared. Not everyone does it, I just do it. So I'm going to start from the middle and then work my way outwards. Now I am going to stop there and leave a good couple of inches gap. I'll explain this later, but you want to do this on all four sides. Leave a good gap to the corners. Helps when it comes to fold the corners in. So again, we'll speed this bit up. Again, if you wanted to use your pliers to add tension, you can. I'm not going to on this occasion. So, as you can see, it's a good 2, possibly 3 inches from the last staple to the corner. Again, I'll show you this when we come to do the corner folding, but it really will help. So we will staple it later, but just leave a good healthy gap. So again, working from the middle, leaving that gap on all four sides. So, time to fold the corners. Again, don't know if this is the right or wrong way, this is just the way I do it. I like to trim a little bit of excess material, not too close, and cut it in an upward direction. These are the only scissors I could find when making the video, so they are pretty terrible. The ones Signmaster sells are a lot better, along with all the other supplies that you need to make your canvas. So that's all four corners trimmed. So, the folding. The best way to describe this is you're going to take one side of the canvas, pull it out, and you're going to tuck the other side of the canvas in. So as you can see, I'm pulling the one side out and I'm tucking the other side in and checking the fold to make sure everything's looking good. Might need a bit of adjusting, but without the staples, the gap with the staples that I've left, this would be pretty impossible. So that gap with the staples that you can see that I've left are really important for this stage. So constantly checking the fold, making sure it's not overhanging the canvas at all. Once I'm happy, then I will secure it with the staples. So I'm going to pop one there, one next to it, and then we're going to do that on the other side where the gap is as well. There we go. And then again, it's just rinse and repeating on all 4 corners. So there's our full corner folds all done, and the staple securing it in. Looking good so far. Okay, again we're going to trim a little bit of the material back to make life easier when we come to finish trimming the back of the canvas. Again, terrible scissors, but the ones that we do sell are a lot better. Okay, these are the stretching wedges. These will add tension to your canvas. So they come like this, and the reason for that is the 18mm, the thinner canvas stretcher bars, only require the 1 wedge to fit in the gap. The thicker 38mm stretching bars require 2, and they do sort of snap together to make a double thick stretching wedge. So these are our 4 wedges for the 4 corners. So as you can see here, this is where they need to go. I'll just flip the camera around so you can see. Now they do have to go in a certain way. My hand is blocking it for the wrong way, so ignore that, but I will show you the right way in a second. There we go. So they need to come out on a diagonal, almost is the best way to describe it. This is the correct way the wedges need to go in to be effective at stretching the canvas, adding the tension. So at this point, we'll start off with 1, and we're just going to hammer it in about halfway to the dots that you can see. They're a good visual representation. Then I'm going to do the same for the other 3 corners. So they're all in at the moment, but they're in about halfway. Because we need to check the tension on the canvas, and then we need to adjust the wedges. So you can see I've hammered them all into the first layer of dots are not visible, but the second layer of dots is. And then we will flip it over and give it a tension check. As you can see, it's quite bouncy. There's not a lot of tension there at all currently, so it definitely needs a bit more adjustment on those stretching wedges. So we're going to do that now. Much better, much more tension. You can't hear it, but if it sounds like a drum, that is good tension. Okay, we're going to finish the canvas now, so we're going to finish the back of it. We're going to trim off the excess. You can use scissors if you like. Because these scissors aren't so great that I've just found, I'm just going to use my knife to trim that off. Important to trim the other side of the staples, not the inside of the staples, allows the canvas will fall off the frame. Thought I'd mention it. There we go, that's all trimmed. And these are our last 2 finishing bits. These are the hanging hooks if you require them. I'm not going to fit them, it just takes 2 screws to screw into the wood. It's pretty simple. I am going to use the finishing tape. So this is the brown Signmaster finishing tape for 2 reasons. 1, it covers up the staples, so it stops the staples potentially scratching the wall or the wallpaper that you're hanging the canvas on. 2, it just makes it look a lot neater. There we go, all taped up, looking much nicer from the back now, and that is all done. So staples all covered up, no scratching, covers up your potentially dodgy cutting as well. And there we are, finished full wrap on thick canvas frame canvas, looking great. If you're interested in the canvas material or any of the supplies used, check out our website or give us a call.